Indiana is known for corn, wooden roller coasters, and even a roller coaster themed to corn. Today, there are two main amusement parks in Indiana Beach and Holiday World. Plus, there are a few other random credits peppered throughout the state. Of Indiana's 15 currently operating roller coasters, I have ridden 12 of them, including all the roller coasters at Indiana Beach and Holiday World. The only coasters I'm missing are the assorted one-off kiddie coasters scattered throughout the state. And unfortunately, one of the ones I'm missing is that awesome looking kiddie coaster at Page's Crossing called Runaway Train. That ride has an underground tunnel, and I've actually heard it has some airtime. But I have been fortunate enough to have ridden John Ivers' two backyard roller coasters before they moved on to their new home in Columbus, Ohio at the Haunted Hoochie, so I guess that makes up for missing a kiddie coaster. So in this video, I will rank my favorite roller coasters in the entire state of Indiana that I've personally ridden, both past and present. Number 14, Howler at Holiday World. Let's start with the positive. I love how the park opted for a custom Zero car themed to the Holodog, the park's mascot. It's a really nice touch. Let's move on to the negatives. It's a Zamperla kiddie coaster. And as far as kiddie coasters go, these ones are among the jerkiest, and Howler is no different. 13. Blue 2 in John Ivers' backyard. John Ivers originally wanted to create a roller coaster in his backyard for his kids, but the original Blue Flash was a bit too intense. So he created a smaller roller coaster called the Blue 2, and this is a really solid kiddie coaster. It has some odd trains, where you're high above the track and fairly exposed. The ride is a bit bumpy, but it's perfectly comfortable for adults thanks to the openness of the trains. The first drop has some decent yank to it, but the ride meanders for the rest of the layout. It's a kiddie coaster after all. Number 12, Combo at the Indianapolis Zoo. Tucked in the very back of the zoo, Combo is a Zyre Tivoli coaster. It has an off-the-shelf layout, but the always long train generates some solid whip on the first drop in the back. And as a bonus, this one offers 2 laps with each ride. It just doesn't have the thrills of the coasters ahead of it on this list. Number 11, Tig'rr at Indiana Beach. Since Indiana Beach removed their kiddie coaster before I could ride it, this is actually my least favorite coaster at all of Indiana Beach. But it's still not a bad ride. The first drop and subsequent low-to-the-ground turn is intense. I got a tiny pop of airtime on the drop, and the turn pulls some very good G's. There's another forceful low turn halfway through the ride, but the rest of the layout is sort of slow and just meanders about. Number 10, Bat Chaser at Indiana Caverns. This is a debatable credit for some, but to me, this zipline roller coaster feels like a variant on the suspended coaster, so I personally count it. The ride does more than your typical zipline. It has dips and turns much like a coaster. And because of the riding position, you also get some swinging. You don't really build up much speed until the very end, but the stop is honestly the wildest part of the ride, as you start swinging out of control in every direction. Number 9, Hoosier Hurricane at Indiana Beach. One of the older CCIs out there, Hoosier Hurricane looks like it should offer quite a bit of airtime thanks to its long out and back layout laden with one hill after another. But there are only 2 pops of airtime, one on the first drop if you're in the back, and another one up front on the return run. Where this coaster excels though is in the visual department. The coaster has a great location alongside the lake, and it gives a great high-speed tour of the whole park. And with the track work the coaster has gotten in recent years, it's thankfully quite smooth now. That's something that was an issue in the past. Number 8, Blue Flash in John Ivers' backyard. This backyard coaster is intense. The twisting first drop reminds me of the first drop in Phantom's Revenge, and the transition between the drop and inversion is wild. You are violently snapped to the side. John requires everyone to hold on during this portion of the ride, and I can certainly see why. Otherwise, I have no clue where my upper body would have gone. The following inversion is quite unique too. It looks like a miniature vertical loop crossed with a corkscrew, and it feels way different than any other inversion I've ever experienced. It feels more like a backflip than your traditional loop. After that, Blue Flash slowly coasts around a helix. So while the ride is over in a flash, it's quite memorable and extremely impressive for something that someone built in their backyard. Number 7, Steel Hog at Indiana Beach. The original SNSL logo is an eccentric little coaster. This coaster is all about the odd profiling. You have this insanely steep, albeit trimmed, 111 degree first drop. You have an outward bank turn, and you have 2 inversions loaded with hang time. While the lap bar shoulder pad restraint system is odd and could be uncomfortable for some, the coaster is quite smooth, which allows you to appreciate all those bizarre maneuvers. Number 6. Thunderbird at Holiday World. The first and only B&M launched wing coaster is easily one of their best wing coasters. The launch is great. It's quite theatrical with the music and fog, plus it packs a mighty punch. The first half showcases the ride's speed through a giant Immelman, a decently forceful vertical loop, and 2 turnarounds. But I really love this coaster's second half. The 0G roll is very floaty, the S-Hill gives an odd mix of laterals and airtime for a B&M wing coaster, and the final inline twist offers an awesome near miss with the barn, combined with crazy hang time. Plus, this coaster gives an amazing night ride like the other major coasters at Holiday World. Number 5. Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain at Indiana Beach. It may seem crazy to place a coaster just 35 feet tall with a top speed of just 20 miles per hour this highly, but Lost Coaster is so bizarre and awkward that I can't help but come off uncontrollably laughing every time I ride it. The coaster is not smooth. In fact, it's quite rough, and the profiling should not work. But the hairpin turns and sharp drops combined with the roughness transform this diminutive little ride into a bona fide thrill machine. And the saving grace are those trains. They make the ride. They are heavily padded, and the minimalistic restraints cause you to be thrown about like a rag doll. That's especially true if you ride in reverse and can't brace yourself for what's coming. Do not take Lost Coaster for granted. This is a wild ride. Number 4. Raven at Holiday World. The original wood coaster at Holiday World still holds its own in the park's lineup. The first 2 drops give some good airtime in the back, but the turn on Lake Rudolph was quite rough in 2020, so hopefully the park addresses that in the off-season. And the 4th drop does nothing. Where Raven really shines is in the second half. Raven has one of the wildest second halves of any coaster. It kicks things off with the legendary 5th drop. If you're in the back, you're flung skywards with incredible force. And then the high-speed turns that follow in the woods are exhilarating. That setting also results in some fantastic night rides. There's barely any light along the ride's course, enhancing the already great sense of speed. Number 3. Cornball Express at Indiana Beach. In 2017, Cornball Express was a top 10 wooden roller coaster for me. After my 2020 rides, it has fallen a bit, but it's still a very good wooden roller coaster. The ride felt slow, but most hills gave very good airtime. Some even gave ejector airtime in the back. And that's because of the awesome buzz bar restraints. Combine that with a helix loaded with laterals, plus a unique layout over pathways, rides, and buildings, and you have a winner here. Number 2. Legend at Holiday World. Legend is praised for its laterals, and rightfully so. You get some strong laterals on the first drop, far turnaround, and the turns in between elements. But most notably, you have that insane double helix that may have the best sustained laterals on the planet. But Legend is so much more than just laterals. It also has fantastic pacing. The layout has barely any dead spots and just feels fast. It also has a great setting through the woods, and it has several nice spots of airtime. The 4th hill gives sustained floater airtime throughout the whole train, and the finale has several abrupt pops. But number 1 is the Voyage at Holiday World. Indiana's best roller coaster may also be the best roller coaster in the world. This coaster is a statistical monster. It has impressive height, speed, length, and airtime. This coaster has a record 24.3 seconds of airtime for a wooden roller coaster. The coaster has a little bit of everything. The first third feels like a hypercoaster with a giant drop and camelbacks. The second third feels like a twister with all the crossovers, 90-degree turns, and abrupt transitions. Then the final third feels like an out-and-back coaster on steroids with all those airtime hills and changes of direction. And the coaster's brilliant layout on a wooded hillside is what allows the coaster to maintain its momentum start to finish and offer one of the best night rides in the world. This coaster's impeccable pacing, aggressiveness, and sheer length is what makes it so special. And thankfully, the amazing maintenance department at Holiday World has this coaster still running like a dream after all these years. So that is how I rank the 14 roller coasters I have personally ridden in the state of Indiana. How would you rank these rides? Or what are your thoughts on any of the coasters I have or haven't ridden in Indiana? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a like and considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.